Start laughing. Hairline twins. We are here.
Woo!
What up, y'all? This is Anton with Simply Marvelous on a show where there's more than 7 days because we got 8 days in a week. We got Monday through Sunday. And then we have a Taylor Day. What's going on with you?
Nothing. No. I am so excited to talk about Shang-Chi.
Yes. If y'all folks haven't gone to see it, why are you on this video first and foremost? Please
and then come back after you've seen it.
Put it in the save it to your watch laters and go see that. Matter of fact, might double up. See it twice.
It's so good. It's so worth it.
Oh my goodness, so worth it.
Worth it.
Oh man, well, I want to talk about it right away. Can you just tell the folks where they can find it so we can get to it?
Okay, hurry up, y'all. Get over to TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at simply_marvelous. Just marvel in us. Give us a like, share, follow, slide them DMs, add a comment. So you know we have brand new content coming straight to you.
To you.
Not
them, but you. All right now. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the 10 Rings. Waited so long for it. Wanted it so badly.
I'm still so dazzled by it, you know? Yes. Like, okay, so I'll be honest, when we're gonna keep it straight 100, okay?
100.
I was 100, straight 100, okay?
Honey bun, okay.
I was excited, but as we were getting closer, I was like, yeah, okay. It's gonna probably be another Black Widow where I'm gonna enjoy it, but is it gonna be the best thing is like Avengers level situation? Probably not, but I know I'm gonna enjoy it anyway. And boy, was I wrong. It was so good. It was so good.
So good. No weaknesses. No weaknesses to the movie at all. None.
I only have one pet peeve, and we'll get to that later. Oh, yeah. I want to know what your pet peeve is.
Oh, it was really just one thing that got me, and I'll talk about that later. Maybe it was.
If it's the love story,
no, it wasn't that. No. Like I already told you, they snuck that one in on me. They snuck that one in on me. But well, I guess that was our quick reaction right there because you absolutely was blown away by it. So let's just get into it then. Okay. First of all, hold on. Is this a love story trapped inside of a kung fu flick? Okay, hold on. Okay, so this is a love story trapped inside a martial arts film. Is that better? Is that the more appropriate way?
That's a safer way to say it. That's a safer way to say it. But I think I disagree.
Well, let me tell you why it is. Because
continue.
All the major plot points of this movie evolves around Wenwu's love of Jing Li, which is Shang-Chi's mom. True. And the only reason Wenwu brought them back is because they thought they were going to get their mom back. And it's just that's the whole circle of the storyline, and the plot is based on that love story right there. Now, there's definitely more elements to it than that. Is a lot more, intimate details of it, a family that's fractured, but it's basically because the love between mom and pops. That's what brings it all together. Shang-Chi's despises his dad because of who he was, and the ultimate crime lord, and all that stuff. And then but ultimately, it's a love story, and they disguised it so well, and I appreciate that because me, if I knew this was a straight up love story, I still wouldn't seen it. But
you'd be like, "But it's about love."
Why I always got the shoehorn? You know what I mean? And I even say that because Shang-Chi and Katie, they seem to end up as friends. Now, in
Okay,
the normal movie, they would shoehorn that in to be in straight up, such and such. But
let's actually talk about this
go ahead.
because I want to talk about this, right?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, it was about them being best friends, right?
Yep.
But I still feel like there was an element of like, oh, they will eventually be friends to lovers. Even by the end, it was like, I think we're going to get a friends to lovers here.
Possible.
And this actually is like my only pet peeve of the whole film because I personally don't think they have any type of romantic chemistry personally.
Nah, they seem like straight up friends.
Right, exactly. But
That's
it's
what it
like
is.
there was a lot of elements, even by the end, it felt like they were trying to push that. No, they're gonna end up being lovers. And I'm like, how? They don't have any romantic chemistry. Their
Mm-hmm.
chemistry is completely platonic.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
that
I
was just
mean,
my take.
I could see it looking like it. They were trying to shoehorn a love story in with them too.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, but I think they steered away from it a little bit. Maybe it'll happen down the line, but
Mm-hmm.
at least the movie ended with them seeming to be
Just
straight up friends,
friends,
and
like
that's what I want.
partners.
Yeah, I'm currently watching a show called Kung Fu
Kung
on TV
Fu.
right now, and that's the one thing I don't like about it. They shoehorned in the love
There
story,
has
and
to
I'm
be a
like,
love
oh my.
story.
I mean, it was right out the gate. You seen it coming within the first 15 minutes. And this is a series now. This is not a movie. This is a series. First 15 minutes of it, I was like, oh, there it is right there. Even the wifey looked at me like, yeah, there it is.
He was like,
But yeah, so that's why I say it's a love story.
yeah.
But
One of the other elements, like themes of the movie that I like really love was the theme of identity. You had Win Woo like trying
mhm,
to change his identity, like first changing it into becoming like this like conqueror, and
mhm,
then trying to let that go to be a family man and
mhm,
be a father and a
yeah,
husband.
uh-huh,
And then you have like Shang-Chi battling his identity between being who his father raised him as, who he's become to be as a man, and then also who he is from his mother's side, and also his sister, like
sister,
battling her
yeah,
identity, like how that was being suppressed growing up, and her like kind of taking that on for herself, even though
yeah.
like she created some like huge underground fighting ring.
Hey,
Um,
shout out to her though.
she was a bad
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
girl.
yeah. Shout out to Jing
Like
Lee,
she was
straight up.
a baddie. She was a baddie.
Yeah.
And lastly, Katie's identity, her trying to figure out who she is and what
Mm-hmm.
her thing is.
Mm-hmm.
So I truly adored that
Yeah,
entire scene throughout the movie.
absolutely. Yeah. Well, shoot, let's talk about the characters since we running them down. You know what I
I know
mean?
we're running in here.
We are running them down. Shang-Chi, how do you think he done? Simu Liu,
Simu Liu.
how did you feel about him as a character?
I love Simu Liu. I watched Kim's Convenience,
Uh-huh.
Canadian show that Simu originally was on.
Right.
They actually ended, and he had a whole lot to say about that in the
Yeah.
comments
Uh-huh.
because it never got the shine that Schitt's Creek did. Um, but I love Simu Liu. I thought he did great. I thought his like his train. I can't remember if he originally was a martial artist before doing the film, but his training,
Nah, he did.
like my god,
Yeah.
boy
Yeah.
was tough. He was creeping up.
So I ain't gonna talk about another brother with a shirt off, but I should have dropped down and got about 10, 15 push-ups in while I was in the
Listen, he was man,
theater.
top to bottom.
Yes, sir. Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of girls who, might not even mess with Asian men before they see Simu, they gonna be like,
Guys,
oh, okay.
guys, the Asian wave is here. It's been here.
That's what's up.
Like,
Shout out to y'all, straight up. Y'all had a bad rap for a long time. Straight
which
up.
was
So yeah,
unfairly
yeah,
like
of course. Yeah, I'm not even about that. But yeah, we
but
all
yeah,
know. So shout out to Simu because he killed it in this movie.
He killed it.
He killed it.
I thought he did a great job, especially like just anyway. Yeah, his choreography was on point, like fantastic.
Shout out to him. Yeah, the choreography was perfect. The one thing I wonder is how people are going to match up with him moving forward, as in doing like these action sequences, because he's about that life. You got to have some characters that's really about that, or it's going to start looking funny out here. It really is. You know what I mean?
For real.
So yeah, all you other people in the other different universes of Marvel, your training best be going up.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to like really put in that work. Y'all gonna put in that John Wick work. You know, when they do John Wick, they start months in advance, just at the shooting range, just like you know,
real stuff.
And y'all gonna have to put in that kind of work.
Yeah.
Okay, so like really side note, side note. This is just what I'm hoping. I'm really hoping that in Shang-Chi sequel, we can get Jackie Chan in there. Because if you want to talk about like choreography and martial arts, and I understand that one of the a lot of the choreography was based on one of his martial artists in his like, you know, stunt group. But you
need Jackie in there though.
I need Jackie. I need Mr. Chan to show up. I mean, like, come on, him and Jet Li. I need both those dudes to show up.
I want Donnie Yen in there. That's my guy right there. Jackie Chan is dope. Of course, he's legendary. Jet Li, but Donnie Yen is my guy. I love the Ip Man movies. So, yeah. Donnie Yen is already under Disney. He's been in the Star Wars situation, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Time to come over to Marvel, baby.
And just walk across the hallway and step in the room. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right. How'd you feel about Katie? Awkwafina.
I thought she was great. She definitely like was great with the comedic relief. A lot of the added humor in there. Awkwafina's having her time in Hollywood. They got her in everything, and especially everything Asian. She was in Raya and the Last Dragon, which was funny seeing her back in this one, especially when related to like dragons and like things, you know, mystic lore, all of that. But she did great. I thought she did great. I thought she was funny. You know.
Yeah. So this is my first time actually seeing her before. As far as acting wise, I've seen her in I've seen the Raya Last Dragon. That was the only thing I've heard her in. I've seen multiple interviews of her, so I'm in tune with the voice and all that. But this is my first time seeing her act. I haven't seen Crazy Rich Asians or any of that yet. I am going to see it now. I have to now for sure. But I have seen her in nothing. But I absolutely love her. I love her voice, to be honest. Yeah, I like her voice a lot. She sounds
just gravels and cigarettes.
Yeah,
that's what it sounds like.
You ain't lying.
Gravel, cigarettes. Yeah. But I love it. It works.
She reminds me like she sound. If you didn't know her, you would think she was black though. Just really, if you was on the phone with her, be like, "Man, that's a sister right there." You see, like,
the funniest thing is
I know what you're about to talk about.
Black Twitter.
Yeah.
Like Black Twitter, they cannot stand Awkwafina.
I know
because of that.
Yeah. So where is she from? Where's Awkwafina actually from? She from Queens?
Yeah, she's from Queens.
So she's New York. Okay. Yeah, I seen the people was trying to get on her because she did some sort of I don't know.
Because she was originally a rapper.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So Awkwafina, it's like her name's actually I think Ellen. But I don't know. Anyway, so she's originally a rapper.
Okay.
So she would like put on the black scent and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So there's the argument that like, is that her just being from Queens, or is that her putting on an accent for this like Awkwafina character? Whatever. Listen, at the end of the day, it's been done before, it'll be done again. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm saying I'm not about to lose sleep over it any longer. I just personally am not.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not about to jump on that bandwagon. It's just not gonna happen. I don't know her at all. So she's from Queens too. So
she's from Queens.
She's from around straight up culture. Period. Queens is a lot of culture, so it is what it is. I like her. as far as this film, I don't know her personally, obviously, but she did a great job in this film. I did think it was weird that she got trained in like 2 days to be a bow and
Yeah,
arrow specialist.
that was a stretch.
Yeah, a little bit.
But at the same
But
time, maybe that was her thing apart from driving, that she just
mm,
needed, like, just to be
right.
introduced, and they just felt it in her spirit, like, this girl can
Hmm.
shoot a bow and arrow. Come on, come
Yeah.
on.
They were in a special place, so maybe they
They
got
were in
that
them.
that extra good teaching.
Exactly.
That's all it was. Jingling, that's her name. Jiling. I have to
Jilin.
say it right. The sister of Shang-Chi.
Hmm.
Possibly my favorite character in the movie, other than
Yeah, she
Wen
was
Wu.
tough.
She's a bad mug right there. She's bad at it. I cannot wait to see what she does as the leader of the Ten Rings now.
So here's a
Cannot
question.
wait.
Is she just turning the 10 rings into like a larger framework of her current
Right.
fighting, like, system, or however you want to call it? Or
Hmm.
is she really about to like do work outside of that as well? Like, that's what I'm like curious to see in future films or
Yeah.
TV shows, however they decide to do it.
Right.
It's like, how exactly is she gonna lead, the 10 rings into the future? Especially when she ain't got no 10 rings.
Right. That's the number one fact, that she doesn't have 10 rings, but she is also strong enough to build a underground fighting ring or whatever,
Mhm.
her situation was. So she's obviously has the know-how to build an empire in itself. So I don't
Yeah,
know, like you said, is it going to be an evil empire? Is it going to be an empire that's built on good nature? You know what I mean? I don't know,
yeah,
but I'm with it though. And
yeah. It's gonna be a
pay
good
attention.
time.
Pay attention to Marvel. They are handing the keys over to a lot of women. They are handing the keys over.
Baby.
Man, I remember Kevin Feige saying something about that, kind of
Mhm,
towards the end of right before Endgame. People have been up in arms about it for a while.
mhm.
There's not enough women representation in general in the movies. He was like, "Don't worry, it's coming." He is
I was about to
not
say,
lying.
between that and it's like most of the women that you did have had to have, like, push up bras and spandex. You know what I mean? And it's like, come on now. Like, I get it. It was great. But
So,
male gaze?
yeah, true that. So, what are the women we have? So we have Captain Marvel. We have, of course, the Dora Milaje Shuri. We have
We're
Mrs.
gonna
Marvel
get,
coming. We got Monica Rambeau.
yep.
We
We're
got
gonna get Jane Foster as Lady Thor.
right, Jane Foster,
We have
Miss
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie, Miss America Chavez is coming in Doctor Strange
Yep.
2. Obviously we got Jing Lee, uh, Katie now.
Hmm.
Who else? Man, it's so many of them now. It's like they are outnumbering the guys now. It's kind of ridiculous.
Hey.
And you have the Ten Rings Army. You see
Yeah.
all the women that are training. You got Wakanda's army. Like, wow, I can't wait.
We have the Black Widow army too, technically, if you
Yes,
want
you
to talk
heard.
about it,
Yes, they are still out there.
which
Them
we
sleeper
saw in the
cells.
film.
Did we see a? Did we see one? I
Yeah.
did. I
So
remember saying something about it, but I don't know if
there
I
was
was.
there was a lot of different, like, Easter eggs, I guess, when we were in the fighting rings. But one of them was a woman battling a super soldier, like one of the ones that we saw from Iron Man 3, and she was a
Mm,
widow. A widow versus one of the
ooh.
super soldiers from Iron Man 3.
I didn't see that. I ain't watched New Rock Stars.
I'm glad you know. I'm glad you know. Me and Eric Boss. Everything.
Hey, I did watch them. I'm trying to
But
stay
no,
away. I'm trying to stay away.
for like during the movie, I did recognize. I know, I'm sorry. Sorry, the dog.
All
But
good.
I did recognize the soldier from Iron Man 3, because I looked over at you like, he's glowing.
Mm, like,
That's
oh, come on.
Killian.
Yeah,
That's
Killian's people. Okay.
hmm Okay. Anyway, we can continue.
That's dope, though. All right. Yeah. Shout out to Jing Lee, though. I can't wait to see what they do with you moving forward.
Mhm.
Win Woo. Perhaps the star of the movie, actually.
Oh yeah,
Perhaps
definitely.
the star. This is okay. This is one of two gripes that I have with Winwoo.
Okay.
Okay. I'll get to the other one later. They're really all about characters dying, to be honest. Just, but that's
Okay.
Winwoo. I didn't want him to die. I understand why he died. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure Tony Leung did not want to take this part originally.
Why?
He actually got on the what's his name? Dustin Daniel Critton. Is
Okay.
that the he actually got on the phone with Tony Leung, and Tony Leung only took the call to turn him down. You know what I mean? Like he's
I'll
gonna
take
turn
this
him down.
call because I
Yeah,
want to say no to
I
his
would,
face.
yeah, you know what I mean? Gangster with it. But Dustin, he got in his ear, he really kind of wooed him, talking about family and everything, and then
Mm-hmm.
finally getting to the crux of the character. And he won him over. But I was hoping that he would have a longer stint in the MCU, as the Mandarin, even though he calls it.
He was
He said,
never
what did he
called
say?
the
He didn't
Mandarin.
want to call that. But I was hoping
He's
he'd
like, you
stick
want to
around.
name me after an orange?
Yeah. And that's something Marvel does. All their best villains, they die quickly.
Yeah.
Killmonger, gone.
Lately, you have a lot of these redemption deaths, though.
Yeah.
It's like they're redeemed right before they die.
Right. And y'all gotta get over that. Can we stop killing the good villains either? If they're gonna get redeemed, why don't you let them fully redeem themselves? Let them go out and do some goodwill in the world instead of just killing them at the end.
True. I
But
guess
I
it goes
understand,
back. I guess it goes back to like how in the movie they were like, what was it, a blood deal or whatever, where it's like,
yeah. What did they say?
I
I'll
can't
find out
remember what it
tomorrow
was,
because
but it's like,
I get to go see it again tomorrow, so I find out tomorrow.
there was a lot of great quotables, so I need you to write down
Yeah,
all
I
of
know.
them.
I don't want to be the weird guy in there with his phone lit. You know what I mean? Because there was a lot in there, but yeah, Winwoo was absolutely excellent though. He was terrifying. He was cool at the same time. Like he just had a swag on him. He was real swaggy with his, like old man swag though. You know what I mean?
This
Just
is the
cool, calm.
only.
Go
This is
ahead.
my only thing I have to say about Winwoo's character and his development is I'm mad we didn't talk more about how he was over 1,000 years old. Like, how did you explain that to your
Boy.
kid? Does that mean Shang-Chi's now over 1,000 years old because he has the rings now, or because he doesn't put them on, he's not like immortal? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, I would love to find out more science on it. But
Mm-hmm.
I assume that wearing them over that time period, you you won't age like a normal man. But as soon
So,
as
like
he
his
took them
70
off,
years,
yeah, when he took them off, he started
he was
aging
normal.
like a normal person. So I
Okay.
don't know how that works. And obviously the end credit scene kind of puts that out there like, nobody knows how this works. We need to figure this out because these some extraterrestrial or extra dimensional things, but we'll
Mm-hmm.
get to that here shortly. Who else we got? Jing Lee. That's Mama.
She's great.
I mean, we can go out on a limb and say she is actually the coldest mug in the
She
in the
is
movie.
the swaggiest
she cold. Let me get
character.
my hold on. You see that wind forming? You see that
She
wind
did.
moving?
Oh,
She was
again,
killing it.
I saw that win. I
You
saw
saw
those
that wind.
leaves too. Mm.
Bad. Like I said, her suit in the beginning, it's one of my favorites that I've seen in the MCU, period. I loved it. The little mask. I don't know what it's constructed of. It kind of looks like bamboo structure. You know how the Chinese architecture, that's what it looked like. If I ever got rich, I swear I would build a house based on, Chinese architecture. This is the most beautiful thing in the world to me. I really do
Do
think
it.
so. But anyways, Jing Lee, how you feel?
Genuinely.
Well, so
Oh,
she's yeah.
adore her. Want to be her. Like,
Yeah.
she was everything. It sucks that she had to die.
Yeah.
She was definitely one of those sacrificial characters. Like, of course, she was like perfection, and of course she had to die early because of the sins of her husband.
Yeah.
Which is another like kind of trope that happens a lot in films, a sacrificial,
Yep.
perfect woman. But she was cold. She was bad. Like so much swag.
Yeah.
How you gonna seduce somebody and whip their tail at the same
At the
time?
same time. Like what?
Teach me your way. Teach me your ways, girl.
Yeah, she was not threatened by him at all. And he had the rings on. Like she did not care. Like you're not getting none of
She
this
looked at him and she was like, "Is that
airbending
it?"
skills. I know she was
Like,
she was
"Is that
hitting him with
all?"
this. She was these rings. Come on. Yeah, these back. I ain't worried about these. But yeah, it sucks that she actually died in the movie. Yeah. But they did leave us with her sister, Jing Nan, played by Michelle Yeoh.
Michelle
And
Yeoh.
yeah, she killed that too, though. She had the style and the swagginess. She just didn't get the man with it.
I mean,
That
she
was
didn't
it.
need it.
No, she didn't
Girl
need it. She
didn't
banged.
need it. But I know I keep saying this, but I have to keep going back to their choreography. Like
Yeah.
all of these actors have like, for me, from my like perspective, they have mastered like this
Yeah.
choreography, and it's so beautiful, so believable.
Right.
Just all of it. It's just,
Yes.
I was just like,
Right. Like, how do you do that?
so
How old is?
good.
Do you know what age bracket she is in?
I think she's in her 50s.
Even more kudos.
Also, Michelle Yeoh was originally in Crouching Tiger, Hidden
Yeah.
Dragon,
Yeah.
which
Oh yeah.
also did a lot of this type of
Mm-hmm.
choreography,
And that was like
including the love
20 years
story as
ago, though.
well.
That was like 20
Yeah.
plus years ago almost.
You know,
So
I was in that movie.
you said what?
And you know, I went to go see that when like, it came out like 20 years ago. So, you know, I was like 5 or 6, sitting
Wow.
up in that theater. Your grandma, your grandma, and mom and grandpa took me to go see it, and they were like, "Cover your eyes" at certain parts. But anyway,
That's crazy that they would go see that though. That movie was hype though.
it
Like the
was.
hype around that movie was huge. I'm gonna have to see it
Was.
again because it's been so long since I've seen it. But all right, let's get to my next one. Death Dealer.
She's 59, by the way. Okay.
50.
Yeah.
Wow, she's 59. Hey, they said black don't crack. Woo-hoo.
Asian don't raisin.
You know what I mean? She was dang 59. Okay. All right. All right. Moving on to Death Dealer.
Yeah. Okay, so a lot of people thought what did you think? What did you think first?
He's just my one disappointment in the movie. He didn't
That's
have
what a
enough
lot of
to
people
do.
have been saying.
He didn't have enough to do. He was like Taskmaster in
Yep.
Black Widow. He didn't have enough to do.
Yeah.
And then
Gone
they
too
used
soon,
him.
underutilized.
They used him to show how strong those soul suckers were. If you take out the Death Dealer, these things must be serious. I'm like, man, you didn't even let the Death Dealer be the Death Dealer to show how serious those monsters were. I know he's the right-hand man of Wen Wu. That should be enough to tell you that he's a bad boy, but I need to see more. Plus, you got the whole get up, like his whole the face paint and the suit, fire. The first time I saw it, I was like, oh, he's about to be the business. And I didn't get enough of him. So I'm kind of mad about that. But
I think Death Dealer was a casualty of having so many characters in this plot.
I agree.
So they sacrificed that character to give everyone else a lot more time for their characters to grow and expand. But yeah, it would have been so great. It would have been awesome to have Death Dealer standing behind Jiling at the end instead of Razor Fist.
Right. Yeah. Razor Fist. Oh my goodness. I mean, it ain't nothing wrong with Razor Fist except his name is Razor Fist. And like, why is he there? I want to know where he came from. Because
is it going to be a thing where he's going to meet Iron Fist and they're going to have a little bit of fisticuffs?
I mean, the only person he needs to meet is Taserface because they got the same type of name. But I don't know. Maybe I know he's an up and coming actor that a lot of people have seen. So I haven't seen Creed. I know he's in Creed. He's like the last guy in Creed or whatnot. Big burly dude.
Yeah.
So I can see all the girls liking him and whatnot, but you are
He's
Razor Fist
alright.
though. He is Razor Fist, so you know. He was cool though. Ain't nothing wrong with him. It just, come on, man. Def Diller looked way cooler than him. He should have had more spotlight than Razor Fist. But shout out to Razor Fist for surviving the movie.
Razor Fist was great, but he felt like what was it? Affirmative action, if you know what I mean. That's what that felt like. He's all right, but that was an affirmative action situation. Because even Trevor, even Sir Ben Kingsley is technically half Asian, so y'all did some affirmative action right there.
Like I said, I ain't bad at Razor Fist. It's just like, yeah, like you said, it kind of is affirmative action, but I don't know. He probably a bad boy though. He is a big dude. He's a bad boy. He's probably
big boy.
You know what I mean. Win Woo needed muscle, so yeah, he'd be on my team if I was Win Woo too.
He definitely could wrestle, but listen.
I think he's a real trained boxer too, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh really?
I think so. So I don't know. I'm sure we're definitely going to see more of him moving forward, but we'll see. All right, on to the last character. The surprise to a lot of people. He was surprised to me. I knew he was going to be in there, but not this much. Trevor Slattery. Dude.
I didn't either. I didn't think he would be in there this much either.
Oh man, he was the funniest part of the movie. I know Aquafina was supposed to be the main funny. Trevor Slattery had me dying though. Trevor
he did. Every time he came to the screen, they were just like.
Oh my gosh! The first time, I don't know the real name of it. I think it's a Dijang, but it's the chicken pig. The first time the chicken pig came out, he was like, "You guys see that?"
He was like,
I thought I was imagining it the whole time.
You can see Morris too. I'm like, how long have you been talking to this thing thinking it wasn't real? It can fully understand it and can fully understand it. How long did that take?
The magic of Taylor. I gotta get that right. Is it Taulo? So I've seen somebody say Taylor. But Taulo.
Probably Taylor. I don't know.
I don't know.
I only saw the movie once, y'all. Come
on. Right. Yeah.
I'm not Eric
We should definitely put that in the beginning of the video. We are learning. Come on now. We are learning. And we want to learn straight up. I don't want to be called out of my name, and I'm not trying to call anybody out their name for show. But you know what I mean? Trevor Slattery killed it. And they gave him an integral role though. Like he's the one that led them really to the magical forest. I don't know, the bamboo forest to Tallow by following the directions of Morris. that was the name of it? Morris?
That's Morris.
Yeah, Morris. So and he was just funny. He was funny. I'm sure
I think it's funny too. I think it's funny too how, like, before he was like this huge scary character originally as the Mandarin, and like they kind of made him almost the butt of the joke, and it's like, okay, originally, I mean, he always technically has been the butt of the joke, but he really was the butt of the joke in this one.
For sure. Yeah. But he took it in stride though.
But he took it in stride and he got to act.
Yeah.
He got to perform. Like
that's all he wanted to do is perform, right? He's a great performer. He didn't die. You know what I mean? First of all, he let
as soon as I saw him on the ground, I was like, he's acting. He's like, what? Come on. And then Morris is like,
oh man. I always wondered, like, when I seen him doing that, I was like, I feel you though. Why don't more people do that in like great battles? Like, there's a whole bunch of people out here fighting and a whole bunch of bodies on the ground. If you're down to like the last one or two, like, just lay down, bro. Just lay down.
I'd be the first.
You have an arrow tucked in your armpit, like
exactly. Stab myself in some unvital area and just ride it out. Ride that sucker out.
Oh man, straight up. But Trevor Slattery, shout out to you. I didn't write them down, but all the other creatures that we saw in Taulo, the lions, The facial expressions of the lions will forever be legendary.
Forever.
It's
They
like
knew who, like they were like, mm-hmm.
I know, right?
Come
Exactly.
up for that fight. You about
They
to get
always
that
look ready to
word.
go. Look kind of like they had a little joy in their heart, and it was like, golly, I just want one of them. I just want one.
Let's want one at the crib.
And then I mean, they showed a lot of them. The fox that had, I think, 9 tails. The
Nine-tailed fox.
I don't know what they were. They look like horse. It's like, man, that's a weird looking horse. Like, what else did they have? Obviously, some of the dragons. Let's talk about the dragons. Did you expect a full-fledged dragon battle at the end? Good Lord. I didn't.
I didn't. No, I guess I didn't. But at the same time, in the previews, when they showed that he like faces the Great Protector in the water, and the fact that they had the Funko Pop, I was like, I knew it was going to be integral to the storyline somehow. But I didn't know it was going to be that much, like that big of a battle.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that it would be that entertaining as it was. I thought it was great. Like,
yeah, I loved it. I didn't expect. I thought the dragon would be some sort of
to like give him power or something like
give
that.
him the power, or you know, something like that, more symbolic of it or anything. That thing came out the water, was like, who want this? I got this. I got work. I got water skills. I got all this. I'm about to blaze you all with all this. I was like, okay.
I needed Shang-Chi and Xialing and also Katie. I needed all of them to acknowledge that dragon a little bit more. They got a little bit too comfortable seeing that dragon. You know what I mean?
They did.
I was like, y'all, it's a dragon. When have you seen a dragon? Like, I understand you haven't seen none of like these things in this place before, and you're in a different dimension right now. But like, come on now. And then also, I thought there would be like, you know, that wink, wink, nudge, nudge with Aquafina, because she was the dragon, and again, Ryan the last dragon.
Oh,
so I thought there would be more of like meta, like, haha, dragon, but there wasn't.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad they didn't do that. You know, that's something you would expect, especially, you know, Disney loves promoting their other movies. You know, they just do it.
Edit that out too.
What'd you just say right there? I didn't hear that. Can I get a little?
Okay, so what do you think about the villain? What was the name of the villain again? Like, we didn't get
the other dragon.
Is that what that was? I thought it was some other kind of creature.
I'm gonna call it the Soul Sucker because I have no idea. I don't think I know they said something in the movie, and once again, I'll find out tomorrow. But no, I didn't quite get what they called it. But
that was a lot, and it was getting pretty touch and go towards the end. I was like, how are you gonna come out of this? Because like the whole soul of this dragon's like literally at its uvula right now. Like,
yeah, I thought the other dragon was going to die. I was kind of nervous. I was real nervous, but that's a lot of soul to suck out, so it took them a while to get there.
A soul dragon.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I just fully did not expect a full-fledged dragon battle, because that's what we got. And in the midst of a whole nother battle, Wenwu and Shang-Chi all at the same time. And it never felt like really it was too much. They kind of just cut it perfectly. I was like, man, I can't believe all this is happening. But
listen, Shang-Chi doing that, the whole like thing as he's falling. I'm like, as you're falling, like, really?
Yeah.
It looked awesome. It was dope.
It was dope. I don't know how you know how to use that stuff that cold so quickly, but it must be in the 10 rings. And I guess we should talk about the 10 rings, because we really haven't even touched on the 10 rings besides their aging abilities.
Yeah.
I guess we'll kind of get to that then. Let's just talk about how the end credit fold out, because you know, Wong.
I did not know how much I wanted to see Wong doing karaoke until I saw Wong doing karaoke with Shang-Chi and Katie. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's a part of the culture, man. They get down with some karaoke, and I
just loved it.
I didn't know it like that. I mean, you know, every culture has their stereotypes, But this one is like a real thing, though, I guess. It's for
Oh
them to put it in
yeah.
this movie. They get down and get busy for real, for real.
Karaoke is
Okay.
fun because this is the thing. American karaoke is trash because we don't have the proper setups. We usually are in like a room with everybody when we do karaoke, whereas like most of the time in karaoke bars or whatever, you have individual rooms that you can go into.
Oh,
Like
say
kind of
what?
like how
Okay.
they were. So you can
Okay.
go into a room which is you and your people
Mm-hmm.
and do karaoke by yourself. So you're not having to sing in front of a huge crowd like
Mm-hmm.
how most of the time you see over here. So it's even more fun because you're just drunk with your people in a room
That's dope.
in the dark singing.
I need to get some Asian friends. I got one and he moved on me, so
Oh,
I need some more. Straight up. I love culture, y'all. Just straight up. I know everything is so PC out here in these streets. I don't know what to say and what not to say. So if we have anybody that's checking out this video, just correct a brother. You can hit me on the email, you can slide the DMs, you can do whatever you want. Let me know how it go down, where it go down, because I want to know now. You heard me?
also tell us how we can, I guess, get into some more Asian culture within, I don't know, the confines of Indiana.
Facts. I
It's
mean,
hard out here. It's hard out here. It's pretty dry.
yeah. Yeah,
But
I don't. Yeah, you already know. In America, you don't know what's authentic and what's not. At the end of
yeah.
the day, I haven't had quote unquote Chinese food in a long
Hmm.
time. It's long. I went to a, what do they call them? Where they cook the food in front of you. What do you
Ooh,
call
like
that?
like Korean BBQ?
I mean, I don't.
Or like a Japanese, like
Yeah,
hibachi.
yeah, hibachi. I know that's
Mhm.
not Chinese, but I know that's the only thing that I've had from the Asian culture as of late. I don't
Yeah.
really American
And even
Chinese food.
that, it's like most of the time when we eat it, it's the American version of the Chinese
Yeah,
food, like
yeah.
in Taco Bell.
Right. I don't eat taco. I haven't
Yeah.
had Taco Bell in like maybe 15 years. Like, I
Dang.
don't mess with it. I
It's a
don't mess
guilty
with it.
pleasure sometimes, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't mess with it. I can make it at home. Straight up.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. But nah, for real though. We are definitely culture
We
sensitive. We don't
here for the
I don't play
people.
a game with folks. Folks' culture, that's for sure. So all right, before we got real
What
serious
do
real
you,
quick.
any other things that you had to say about like Wong talking to
Yeah.
Shang-Chi and
So
Katie?
it was really the 10 rings in general. I mean, the
Mhm.
end credit scene, Wong comes, scoops up Shang-Chi and Katie, and they meet in a room with Brother Ruffalo, aka Banner,
Mhm.
and Captain Marvel, and they're examining the mystery of the 10 rings. Like nobody
Yeah.
know where they came from, what their origin is, what they really can do. There's a
This
Wong
is
opened them up and seen there was a beacon
yeah.
signaling out to somebody somewhere, and the 10 rings are like super mysterious. Nobody knows anything at this point, even by the end of the
My
movie.
only my only thing is if Winwoo's been going around conquering all these governments and things, how
Hmm.
did no one like hear a peep about these 10 rings then? That's
Man,
my only thing. And I'm like, where's that hole? Where's that pothole at? You mean
I have
Shield
no
didn't
idea.
have a tap on the 10 rings? Even like, over in if you want to get down with it, like Agent Carter over in what is it? What's it called?
Madripoor.
In Madripoor. They
Hmm.
didn't know about the 10 rings. Nobody has anything about these 10 rings.
Well, that's why
And
it's
it's been
called the
over here for
legend.
over 1,000 years.
Yeah. Um, Not many people have survived the 10 rings to tell a story, especially back in
That's
those
fair.
times. And then, he's he was off the grid for a long time, especially in the time of
Yeah,
the
like
in the time of, the MCU's incarnation that
seven,
we
ten
know of.
years.
So
Yeah,
it's a legend at this point. That's the only way they can get around it. But now that they've
yeah,
resurfaced, I'm sure all these accounts that people have maybe had tucked away, like, you know, just like them going to see Tao Lo, like all
yeah.
the stuff that they've came up on that they thought was just straight folklore or whatever. this shit is
At
real.
least they were in a different dimension, though.
Facts. You know, I'm sure Marvel will try to shoehorn an explanation in there. But
they'll fill it in like a pothole, you know.
Yeah, the bigger thing is, who are they signaling to? Because it seems to be either a much bigger threat. Maybe he's the source of the bigger threat coming to assemble the next Avengers story.
So the question is this going to surface again in, because like maybe Eternals doesn't have to do with the emergence, or is it going to really connect more into a multiverse of madness somehow?
Oh, it's tough. I don't think it's an accident that they use Wong to come in
real
there. You know what I mean?
Unless with Wong will probably, Wong's gonna be back for Multiverse of Madness anyway. But you know how Wong leaves in No Way Home? At least we see in the trailer that he leaves. Yeah. I wonder if him leaving has to do with him going to going with Shang-Chi to figure out about these rings, or if it has to do with him going with Abomination to do where was Wong, or was it just a vacay? Like, where was Wong going? And I would just wonder how that's going to connect with Shang-Chi to bring him back to this.
Who knows? I really don't know. I just like that Wong is actually somewhat of a power player in the universe now.
Me too.
They're using him. They're kind of like using him to take Black Widow's spot. Remember, the main source of you bring your information to me. You know, if you hear something, it looks like Wong is taking that job, or part in that job. So I like that in general. Doctor Strange is too arrogant to have that role.
Also, we don't know exactly what's going on with Steven right now, so I can't trust Steven.
According to you, he's having a bad hair day. He might be out searching the multiverse to get that fixed.
Searching the multiverse for a good good way to lay down his edges or something. Like a good hair dye, bruh. He be struggling, but
I don't know. But
I think it's going to having something to do with the state of Doctor Strange. But we're not going to get into that. This is about Shang-Chi.
Yeah, this is all Shang-Chi right now. But I know where you're going, though. Yeah, know what I mean?
I just don't know if we're going to have this. We're talking about the same Strange. You know what I mean? Anyway, but
anything else that obviously we touched on Ling taking over the 10 Rings organization earlier, even though that was an end credit situation. I guess the only thing, I thought a dope touch that I mean, everybody noticed it once they seen it, but the dragon scales, imbuing all those weapons with dragon scales, and then his suit being made out of dragon scales, him and Xing Li. I don't know if everybody's suit in Talos.
I don't think so.
Like Katie was her little outfit. I know some of the weapons, but I just thought the dragon scale thing was dope.
If it isn't, I would hope they would give her something with made of dragon scale.
She's gonna need it.
She's gonna need it. She's she's gonna be another major player in the Avengers at the end of the day. So I'm hoping they give her a better suit if it isn't made out of dragon scale. Okay. But yeah. Well, I just want to point out my favorite line in the movie was when there was two, but the one that I can that comes straight to memory is when Michelle Yeoh was saying, you need to stop hiding. It only makes the pain last longer. I was like, it was just deep. And there was another deep line too. I need you to pick up. Because remember, you were like, message.
We did.
You were like, message.
Yeah, I cannot remember what it was though.
I can't.
It was too much going on, but it was definitely. If I said message, it was real. I do remember saying that to you. So
you were like, message.
Oh man. So, anyways, Shang-Chi has zoomed up my favorite characters list very fast. One movie. He's probably top 3 now, for sure.
Yes.
It's hard for me to just put him there. I mean, the universe that surrounds him, I would have to kind of put them in there the same way as Black Panther. You can't just say Black Panther and not have the Dora and all these. So that universe of characters is up there with Black Panther to me.
Yes.
This movie is
up
sitting right next to Black Panther.
Yeah.
Right next to it.
It's so funny because like Shang-Chi has like all like the swag, like I'm not gonna say swagger, all like the cool backstory, like the history, the culture that Black Panther had with the human and like the relatability that like Ant-Man has.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, because I mean, Black Panther was.
I mean, everyone loves Paul Rudd, and what I'm saying is that I feel like Simu and Shang-Chi and Katie, they all have that same kind of charm.
Yeah, I see that. I get you. Yeah, Black Panther, they were more stoic people, more, you know what I mean, people of reverence. You know, they're up here with theirs. You know, I don't want to call them stuck up, but they kings and queens. You know what I mean?
They're just polished.
That is. There you go. I like that.
Yeah, it's just polished.
Yeah, we ain't there yet. The Lord is still working on us. You know what I mean?
It's not the American way to be polished.
I know, right? But yeah, Shang-Chi and them are up there. Okay, one more statement, and then two more. Shang-Chi's power levels. They almost seem like they're going to be unfair. If he has the 10 rings, that you can't really name a single person other than Captain Marvel at this point that can even. I don't even think Black Panther can mess with him at this point. I don't know how the rings reacts to vibranium. That's the only question I have. But beyond that, who's messing with Shang-Chi? If you're the best hand-to-hand fighter in the universe and you have the power of the 10 rings, what are you going to do?
I don't know.
That's one I'm scared of it. Only reason because
what you gonna say Galactus or somebody?
I don't know. Marvel has a way of depowering people. Like they take away powers through story. Like Bruce Banner.
So you think he's gonna lose the ring?
I think he's gonna lose them rings at some point. Just to keep him on an even playing field. Like Bruce Banner, if he didn't get scared of Thanos.
And then pretty much lose his arm.
It wouldn't have been an Infinity War.
Magically.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I could see them doing that. But
that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. I guess that's it. We'll talk a little.
What's the other thing you're gonna say?
I was just gonna say, where do you rank Shang-Chi in the ultimate universe?
You gotta give
the
me
movies.
Time.
Yeah, that's why I was saying. That's why I was gonna pause on it because we only seen it one time. You know what I mean? I'm already putting it in top tier. It's top tier automatically.
Yeah,
I don't where it ranks. I don't know yet.
I would say it's top 5, but we haven't seen Eternals yet, and we haven't seen No Way Home yet, and we haven't seen Multiverse of Madness yet. And I feel like all three are going to be like great contenders. But as of right now, I think it's top 5.
Yeah, it's definitely top 5 for me. It's not even a question. I'm trying to figure out if I'm gonna put it above Black Panther or not. That's my problem. It's unfair. It's unfair though.
Okay, if we're just talking about like personal feelings, I can't put it above Black Panther because that was an entire cultural moment for me personally. Whereas like when you talk about story and this and that and the other, I think maybe Shang-Chi may have been a little bit better, just a little bit by a hair, better story wise. Just because, and I'm only gonna say this because T'Challa kept getting beat.
Yeah, I hate that.
T'Challa just kept getting beat in Black Panther.
I hate
whereas like Shang-Chi.
Yeah, he wasn't taking no L's. No L's.
I mean, he had a few at the beginning, but once he like got like the towel, like anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, they did. I always say they did Black Panther dirty. They've done him dirty since he's been in the game. He died twice. He died twice. He did. And he only been in 2 movies. Yeah. Or 3 movies, excuse me. 3 movies. He died twice in 3 movies. He been Civil War, Infinity War. I mean, 4 movies, excuse me. 4 movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4. He died twice.
And he did die twice.
He really ain't whooped nobody. He really hasn't whooped nobody yet. Except
he was about to. He was about to, and then they were like, "My king, don't!"
Oh, Ulysses. Yeah, everybody watching.
And he's like, "Every breath he takes a gift from me," or something like that.
Yeah, I give him that. But yeah, I put those movies neck and neck, except the fighting is way better in Shang-Chi.
Oh,
that's it. That's the only reason. That's the only knock in Black Panther at all. The fighting was great until the end. The CGI at the end of Black Panther was bad.
Yeah, everyone hates the CGI with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fighting, the choreography, it whoops every movie.
Every movie. Every movie. And the only movie that I think can contend with it is Winter Soldier. That's the only one. I love the hand-to-hand fighting in there. Yeah. And Black Widow was pretty good too, though. I'm not gonna lie. On the hand-to-hand fighting, but oh no, I think we need to wrap this conversation up because we said 30 minutes and now it's been 57 minutes.
We're at an hour now. We're in the end game now. Like,
sorry, we can't help it. That's just what we do. It's just what we do. But before we get out of here, we're gonna go live stream on Monday. I'm going to see this movie again. We're going to give everybody else a chance to see this movie again. And hopefully all of our subscribers will come and chime in on a live show. I am giving away my 5-issue series of Shang-Chi. Yes, and I will tell you how to get these on the next show. So please tune in. Please tune in. Have a great time. We need to talk about some what if coming up this week and all types of stuff. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. All right. Well, tell the folks where they can find us one more again so we can get up out of here.
You guys already know. Hit us up on. Let me look at. I'm tired, y'all.
Let me y'all go hit us up. Hold on, let me look down here. Let me see what we're looking at. I don't even know where y'all can find me no more. I can't even find myself right now.
I can't. I just got back on Facebook, so I was about to say that. I mean, like, listen, okay. But Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at simply_marvelous. That's Marvel and us. Give us a like, a share, follow.
Yes. If you've seen this movie, tell us what you think of this movie.
Tell us what you think. Like, I truly tell us what you think. Yes. Also, if anyone of Asian descent, I want to know what you guys have to say because we've said how much we love this film, but I actually want to see like what Asian people think about it. Like,
I do too.
Because that was the first thing we were asking Black folks about Black Panther. Y'all like it or not?
Right.
So that's how I want to say about the Asian community. What do y'all have to say about how your culture or parts of it were showcased and also embellished? So if you're here at the end, please let us know. We'll probably put that in the comment section. In the comment section soon. If you're Asian.
Right. Truly, really want to know. Really want to know.
We really want to know.
Yeah. So, we all in this together. You heard me?
We're all in this together.
Yes, indeed. All right. Well, you know what it is. I am Anton. This is Simply Marvelous. We have 7 days. No, we have 8 days in a week because we got Monday through Sunday. I almost didn't know my days of the week, but then I added
We are struggling.
And we do have Taylor Day. We are struggling. Just know that.
Taylor Day needs another Saturday.
You need another one?
I need another one.
I do too, because I wasn't supposed to work today and I did. So get the folks, let me show the folks the puppy wuppy back there.
Nana.
Give him a little look at that baby back there.
Wait.
Oh, where'd she go? She disappeared.
Wait. She's right here.
There she is.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure it out. Dog sitting. But
all right, y'all. You know what it is.